Hello YouTube, welcome back. This is Tim, and I wanted to show you what I've done with that fiberglass rod. It's 5/16 of an inch, which is just perfect since I have a whole bunch of 5/16 of an inch arrowheads. I tapered the end with a conventional pencil sharpener style blade cutting taper tool, which worked beautifully, I might add. It worked really well. Didn't produce a huge amount of PVC dust, but I'd still recommend wearing a mask when you work with something like this, both in the cutting process and when you're tapering it. Gloves are really helpful too. Fiberglass is incredibly irritating. I scavenged off of some old arrows. Each of them had one or two fletches or veins which were acceptable, and I pulled them off. As you can see, they're well used. These are not ideal, but that's okay. They don't need to be. And this is my PVC nock. Everything is pretty well in line. The arrow is fairly nice and straight. And guess what it weighs? I think it's about 2 grains shy of 1,200. Just to make sure that it didn't have any stray fibers, I went ahead and just brushed it lightly, and then I coated it with a nice layer of shellac. So that's really all there is to it. It's an incredibly heavy arrow that's better described as a dart. It is 28 inches long, or at least that's the length of the rod, adding a tiny bit. 28 and a half perhaps, accounting for the tip, measured from the back of the nock. And that's all there is to it. I think this will add a useful tool for measuring, for generating curves of arrow speed versus grains per pound. The more data points you can have, the better. I already have a 750, a 650, 550, 450 grain arrows, but now I have one that's substantially heavier. Shooting an arrow like this with most of the bows that I have should produce very close to 95 or higher % efficiency. The energy has to go somewhere, and in an arrow like this, it should all go to here. That's fantastic, and I'm looking very forward to using it. I hope you find this interesting. Thanks for watching, YouTube.